A very good afternoon to all my dear students. Welcome for today's session. We have already started Sale of Goods Act and we have completed Unit 1. We have started Unit 2 in the previous class, which we will be continuing in today's class. A very good afternoon to all the students. Arjun, Priya, everybody. Good afternoon, children. Sir, this chat box is appearing in a different way because students will be sending the answers to me. So, if you can just normalize it. Sir, are you there? Yes. Excuse me, sir, from technical team. Okay, not to worry then. Okay. Shri Krishna has written we had this problem in accounts class also, so it's okay. Maybe some problem at the back end. All right, a very good afternoon to all of you. Patla Parthi, everybody, Priya, Akshat, Omkar. Yes, Omkar, you want to say something?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I want to ask a question on about May 2025 law question paper.
Okay. So we will be discussing all the question papers, not to worry about that. First, Omkar, we will be paying attention towards completion of a syllabus. And once we are done, along with that also, the way we are handling the questions, we will be doing it accordingly. And if you have any specific doubts, you can ask me at the end of the session. Clear to everyone? Okay. So we have started with conditions and warranties. So quickly tell me, what is the meaning of condition in the chat box? What do you understand by the word condition? Is it a stipulation which is collateral to the main purpose of contract? What it is exactly? Okay, so I will not be able to see your answers, right? Just go to Jeet sir also once. Yes, it is a stipulation essential to the main purpose of the contract. Very good. What is the meaning of warranty? Sarla Devi, good. Patla Parthi, very nice. Priya, everybody has sent the correct answer. What is the meaning of warranty? Very good. A stipulation which is collateral, something which is related to the main purpose of contract is warranty. So if I have decided to purchase, just disable the annotations and then answer. So you can write it down, Shubhagav. If you want to ask something, you can simply just write it down, type it in the chat box, and we will get back to you on your query, okay? So if I ask you that I have gone to purchase a car for myself and the seats of the car were not properly placed, is it a kind of a breach of warranty or it is a breach of condition? What will you say? Absolutely correct. It is a breach of warranty because the main purpose should have been met. No, children, the chat is not clearly visible. D. Sai Pranavi. So in between, I can see few chats coming up. Others are not visible. Yes, Priya, it's absolutely correct. Breach of warranty. Yes, what do you want to say? Subhag.
Ma'am, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I want to ask that, ma'am, in case of warranty, we cannot return the product or only claim damages. But in condition, we are able to return the product also and claiming the damages. Ma'am, why there is a difference between them?
Yes, so why we cannot return the product? This is what you want to ask? So why you cannot return the product in case of warranties? This is the main meaning between the condition and warranty. Condition is something which is very essential. It was an important part of the contract. So warranty does not give you the right to reject the goods. You can only claim the damages. This is as per the law's definition that they have given. So say, for example, you have purchased a pen. There is an implied condition that the pen is used for writing and it should be applicable. It should be able to write. But if you are not able to write, the nib is broken, then of course you can go and return the pen because the condition has been breached. But if the cap is not working properly or the color that you wanted, the outside color is not as per your choice, then these are related things. You don't have any right to return the goods just because of that. The basic purpose should be met. All right. That is the thing. Now, let's move ahead. So we did all these examples. Now, what were the 4 cases? Very important question. Section 13. What are the 4 cases in which the breach of condition can be treated as a breach of warranty? What are the 4 cases? So in this, if at the option of the buyer, 2 were the voluntary cases and 2 were compulsory cases. 2 were the voluntary cases. Voluntary means I am the buyer. I have decided not to part with the goods. Suppose I have purchased this water bottle. It is not as per my choice. I wanted it pink outing. It is blue outing and the cap is also not working. But still, I don't want to treat this breach of condition. I will treat it as breach of warranty and I will go to the seller and claim the damages. Or the goods are not divisible, non-separable. You cannot divide them. Then you have decided to treat it as breach of warranty. You don't have any choice. Then it becomes kapaj. All right. After that, we have started with few implied conditions. Yes, Sandeep, your answer is correct. Shri Krishna, correct. I'm going and finding. Good afternoon, Sangram. Bindya, warranty is collateral. That's correct. No, Omkar, it's not rules and terms. You have to give the correct definition. This is guarantee. Tulsi Nathan, we have not done anything related to guarantee. We are doing condition and warranty. Guarantee is your Indian Contract Act. When you do indemnity and guarantee, there you understand about the guarantee word. Okay. Mausami, welcome to the class. Jatin, everyone. Section 13 में doubt है. Yes, Jatin, क्या doubt है बेटा? What doubt you have, Jatin? Type it in the chat box. Okay. Very good answers, Riddhi. Excused by law is also a correct answer. Now, how many conditions we have done? We have done 3 conditions. That is implied condition related to title, implied condition related to description, and implied condition as to sample. Akshat says, ma'am, I have doubt in sale by description. Okay, we will be discussing it in revision also once again. Rachna, you can type your query, beta. I have a doubt, Rachna has written. Please write your doubts. Chats are not very clearly visible, but I'm just trying to find out. You can write it in the chat box, Rachna. All right. Let me see Jatin's question. Yes, Jatin. Okay. So condition as to title. Let's have a quick recap of condition as to title. If you have got the goods from the seller who is not the true owner, then what is the buyer's duty? He has to return the goods to the seller, to the true owner, and he can claim the refund of money from dash. From whom he is going to claim the refund of money? From the seller. From the seller. Okay. Very good. Correct. And the buyer will have to give the goods to the true owner. Absolutely correct answer given by everyone. And what happens if the description has been breached? Yes, Akshat, you had a problem in condition as to description means if I have described that this is the box, it should be red from the outer cover and black from the outer cover, from the inner side. Then it has to be like that. If you are saying I want to buy waste silk, then it has to be waste silk. whatever you have told him, whatever description you have given, the goods must match with that description. That is very, very important. And if the goods do not correspond to the description, then buyer has the right to return the goods and claim the refund of money. Is that clear? This is the only thing that you have to remember. He has given you so many things in the module that description word is not defined. That is just a general thing to tell you what is actually the word description. He says law has not given you the meaning of description. It depends from case to case. Like I told you, Borosil glasses, like I told you, some branded water bottles that you're buying, something which is very specific, something which has a specification related to that you're buying from the market. That is your description. All right. Then we did condition as to sample. Now, sample is very, very interesting. We had different dry fruits, cakes from the bakery shop. We were testing it. And then we were trying to check that it corresponds with what were the 3 points for the implied condition of sample? Quickly write in the chat box. Number 1, the bulk should correspond with the sample. And it should be free from the latent defects. It should be as per the quality which the buyer has demanded. Reasonable opportunity of reviewing. Very good, Sri Krishna. Absolutely correct. Bulk should correspond. Very nice. Everybody has given the correct point. So very, very important that the sample should be matching with the warranty. Rachna and Jatin are still stuck with the voluntary waiver and compulsory waiver. So let me clear your doubts. Jatin has also asked the doubts in section 13 only. Rachna is also asking the same doubts. Children, please pay full attention over here. One, what is the meaning of waiver, first of all? Waiver means to give up. Means I am now treating this goods as mine. I am not going to treat this breach of condition as a breach of condition. Means, just tell me one thing. If the goods are not as per your choice, like the car that you are driving was not fit for touring purposes, then what right do you have, children? You have the right to return the goods and claim the money back. Fine. But now you like the car so much, although it is not serving your purpose, but you don't want to return the car. That is voluntarily. Voluntarily means अपनी इच्छा से, आप अपनी मर्जी से आप give up कर रहे हो अपना right. Is that clear to everyone? Voluntary waiver means हिंदी में आप अपनी मर्जी से right को give up कर. Okay? And compulsory waiver. Compulsory means अब law ने आपके ऊपर ऐसा कुछ impose कर दिया है कि आप treat कर ही नहीं सकते उसको breach of condition. जैसे कि, for example, compulsory waiver, we have done 2 cases. Number 1, where the contract is not divisible. The short grains have got mixed with the long grains. Now you cannot segregate them. Either you reject the goods, but if you have accepted the part of it, then you can only claim the damages. You have no other option. Second is where the seller was selling certain kind of chemical, which now government has banned it. So now whatever contract that we have made in the previous time, you cannot fight for that. You can only claim the damages. You cannot fight and say for the breach of condition. Is that clear now, everybody? So you should be very clear because section 13 is very important, children, and form a habit of reading from the study material word to word. Once we have understood in the class, it is your responsibility to open your modules and revise it. Children, if you'll not revise it, I told you, we will still keep on getting stuck at the same place. So tomorrow and day after, you're not having any class for sale of goods. We'll be meeting on Monday. So please make sure unit 1 and 2 are crystal clear to all of you. You should revise it. I have given you so many assignment questions also. Many number of questions are being covered in the presentation also. Do a writing practice. Both the days should be spent completely on completing your unit 1 and unit 2 of sale of goods. Okay, all right. Rashna says, ma'am, it's clear. Thank you. That's great. Now, sale by sample, everybody have given the correct answer. So give yourself a patting from my side. All the 3 points are correct. And if I tell you that, yes, there is a defect, I showed you this sample of gum, if you can see it, but the sample was fine. But when you opened the product, when you opened this lid, it was broken from inside. Now, since it was broken, will you buy this? So then you will not buy it because it has breached your condition. The terms have been not fulfilled. So you have a right to return the goods and you will claim a refund of the money. Clear? Now let's move to the fourth important condition, that is sale by sample as well as description. Now children, fourth one is a mixture of second and third both. So you have given a description, it is not as per your description, return the goods, claim the money. You have seen the sample, it is not as per the sample, return the goods, claim the money. Now you have seen the sample and you gave him a description that please show me the sample of sunflower oil. The sample which was shown was of sunflower oil. You know sunflower oil, the refined oil that you use in the kitchen. But it had a mixture of hemp oil. Now, hemp oil is some different kind of oil, which is not sunflower oil. So you can simply remember an example of, say, for example, you have asked for olive oil. And he gave you coconut oil. So this is breach of implied condition of description. So return it. Fair? Everybody understands. So description has not been met. Return. But what is happening over here? This was the case of description. Here I'm showing you a sample of sunflower oil. You've seen the sample, you liked it, and now you want to buy it. But the product that you purchased was a mixed oil. It was hemp oil plus sunflower oil. Even the sample they shown was a mixed one. So you will say goods are as per the sample. But children, is the description correct? मैंने क्या मांगा था? Sunflower oil. What have you given me? You have given me mixed oil. The goods are as per the sample, but is the description correct? Very good. No, ma'am, description is not correct. So goods are as per the sample, but not as per description. Therefore, reject the goods. Or there can be a case where you have asked for the sunflower oil. He showed you the sunflower oil, but the product that you got was not sunflower oil, it was hemp oil. So you will say goods are not as per sample, reject the goods. If the goods as per the sample but not description, reject them. If the goods are as per the description but not as per the sample, how will this happen? You went to a shop and they had that chocolate hazelnut. Okay, let's take example of chocolate. So there was a hazelnut chocolate slice that you have tested. So that sample was very tasty, but you have asked for almond chocolates. Okay, you understand all these nuts? So you have tested hazelnut chocolate, but you have asked for almond chocolate. Now, when he packed for you, he gave you almond chocolates. You were not satisfied. Why? Because the taste that you enjoyed was of hazelnut. So the goods are for your description, what you are asking, but sample koi aur tha. Will you reject the goods? Yes or no? And on the basis of what? I'm going to check Tulsi Nathan, your answer. Please give it correctly. Will you reject the goods? Absolutely, Tulsi Nathan. In that case, you can avoid the goods because they're not as per the description. Okay? The question that you have written. Okay, thank you, Padla Bharti, for writing quickly. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You will not reject the goods. Yes, ma'am, we will reject the goods. Why will you reject the goods, children? Nena also says no, ma'am. Huh? No, ma'am, they're not as per description. Thank you, Ravi Kumar, for clarifying. Yes, they are not as per the description. Therefore, you can claim your money back. Very good, D. Sai Pranavi. The taste is different. Absolutely correct. So everybody has understood. So goods, you will write down in your notes, goods as per the sample, not description, reject them. Goods are not as per the sample, even if they are as per description, reject. And what will be the last category? Goods are neither as per the sample, जो sample खिलाया वो भी नहीं. अब sample था hazelnut, मांगा था almond और उसने आपको दे दिया cashew chocolate. हेजलनट खाया था, बादाम मांगा था, काजू मिल गया. तीनों अलग अलग है. Neither it is as per the sample nor it is as per the description. Please reject the goods. Feel free to reject the goods. In both the cases, sample as well as sample and description, make sure that the goods are free from the defects. They should not have any hidden defects. Please write down these points. Clear, everyone? All right. Now let's move to another condition. First, we'll complete the condition from my presentation and then we will go to the study material. Condition as to quality and fitness is a little longer. So let's complete first condition as to merchantability. A bought a black velvet cloth but found it to be damaged by white ants. Now children, tell me one thing. When you buy a product, you expect that the product should be of good quality, right? If you went to a shop to buy a bed sheet for your house, he showed you the bed sheet. It was absolutely fine, but you did not open and check the pillow covers. When you opened and spread the bed sheet and you opened the pillow covers, they were all torn. Then what kind of breach has happened with you? Law says such a breach is known as breach of merchantability. Goods are not in proper working condition. You have purchased a mobile phone. It is as per the description. You asked for OnePlus. The sample was shown. Everything is fine, but the mobile is not working. Breach of merchantability. Merchantability means, write down, the goods should be in proper working condition. If the goods are not in proper working condition, buyer has the right to reject the goods and claim the price. So here he has purchased a black velvet cloth, which was not as per the requirement. So you can reject the goods. It was damaged by white ants means it was all spoiled. Ants have got stick to the cloth. So that means there was a merchantability issue in the goods. Yes, Prabhatra, it's like termites. It's kind of insects that have got caught in the cloth. So that means cloth is not fit for use. So then it is a merchantability. At the same time, condition number 6 is quite related to condition number 7, which talks about wholesomeness. Condition as to wholesomeness. What is the meaning of wholesomeness? You can see picture of nice breads, butter, curd, milk in front of you on the screen, cheese. So all these children, all these things have a shelf life. So the milk would last, milk packets for 2 days maximum. The cake would have 3 to 4 days shelf life. So wholesomeness is related to food items. So if the goods are not wholesome, means the goods are not as per the required taste. It is expired or it is contaminated with typhoid germs or any other things. Then it is a breach of condition as to wholesomeness. So merchantability is for the products. Condition of wholesomeness is specifically condition made for the food items. Okay, you have purchased 10 kgs of tomatoes and all the tomatoes were rotten. They were all spoiled. You have the right to cancel the contract, repudiate the contract, and claim your money back. Yes, MD, Ms. Desai, it is perishable goods. That's correct. Once again, section 17. Sandeep, क्या नहीं समझ आया section 17 में बेटा? Yes, Prabhat Roy, we can say which is not fit for consumption. Absolutely. Very good. Shri Krishna has written, yes, ma'am, I will practice these 2 units. Wonderful. That's great. You must, children, and also the writing practice. Okay, Rachana has written, ma'am, suppose कोई शॉप पे गई और मैंने सैंपल कोई गुड सिलेक्ट करा और एक टाइम पे कस्टमर आया, उसने भी सैंपल से दूसरा सिलेक्ट करा, शॉपकीपर ने गलती से मुझे मिक्स कर दिया. So definitely, so Rachana has written, all the English students who don't understand Hindi, I will explain you. She is writing, I have selected a sample, but the shopkeeper has given me a wrong thing because it got mixed. So obviously you reject the goods. It is shopkeeper's fault. If you have seen the sample, you have tested it, the goods must be as per the sample as well as per the description. If it was only sample testing, then it should match with the sample. If it is only description matching, then it will match with the description. If both has been shown, then both have to be satisfied. Let me show you from the study material also. Vinu sir, technical support team. Vinu sir, are you there?
Yeah.
Sir, the chat box is not appearing properly. The chats are like, they're all jumbled up. I sent a message also to Jeet sir. Okay, so we need to do something because it's not very clear. Okay, we cannot.
It has been updated, Harleen. So now the chats are click on the student ना जो आपका chat portal पे आ रहा है. Zoom has been updated.
Okay, so we will have to click on every student's name and then it will take. All right.
Yes.
All right. So it's a little complicated. That's why I thought maybe some error from our side. Okay. Fine now. All right, students. So this is your condition as to merchantability, where the goods are brought from the seller who deals in. Please make sure that the goods should be of that description. Even if you are whether a manufacturer or not, but he should be dealing in those goods. Then only you can apply this condition of merchantability. Then the goods should be as per the description and the dealer should be the one who is dealing in that. If you are buying a packet of biscuits from a shopkeeper who is selling cloth, then don't expect the merchantability thing. He should be a person who is dealing in the grocery items. So again, merchantability has not been defined, but it is something which a man of ordinary prudence will accept the goods in such a way. If a person has ordered the motor horns from a manufacturer of horns, he has ordered it from the person who is dealing, okay, and the horns was crashed and damaged. Can you reject the goods because they are unmerchantable? Tell me, is this correct or not? It is absolutely correct because it is unmerchantable. You have asked for the horns, they are scratched, they are damaged, they're not as per the requirement. So you have the right to reject the goods. Correct? Okay. This velvet cloth we have already done. For wholesomeness, it is for the eatables. A supplied F with milk. Milk had typhoid germs. The wife consumed and was infected and died. So this is a breach of condition as to fitness. He was liable to pay the damages. So this can be a criminal case also. Damages might be very less because somebody has consumed. You must have heard about the recent case also when somebody has ordered the online cake and the circumstances like similar to this happened. So all these things have the implied condition. Means you don't have to tell the shopkeeper. Do you ever go and order a cup of cold coffee and you ask him that, I hope this cold coffee is fine? Yes, we do tell him that please bhaiya fresh dena, sab kuch theek ho. But there is an implied condition that if you have opened up a restaurant or if you're serving food or any kind of thing, it is an implied condition that the food should be of good quality. All right. After that, we have discussed all these points. Sale by sample, section 17. I hope no doubts. Somebody was having a doubt in this. So just see this example. A company sold certain shoes made up of special sole by sample by the French army. But later on, they found paper contained in this, which was not discoverable by ordinary inspection. Now, in case of sale by sample, you have to make sure that whatever is the damage, it should be clearly visible. If the seller is trying to hide the defects, like I told you, the table's leg was pasted in such a way that the buyer could not locate it. So there you will have to write the mind's application that a man of ordinary prudence should be able to judge it. If he is not able to find by ordinary examination, means it's a latent defect. So now I would request Megha ma'am to interact with you students for 2-3 minutes, and then we are left with one implied condition. We'll move forward to that.
Okay, Harleen.
Yes.
Good afternoon, dear students. As we are completing Unit 2 of the Sales of Goods Act 1930 today, the notes and assignments are already uploaded. And on Monday onwards, Monday and Wednesday, we have Unit 3, that is Unit 3 of Sales of Goods Act. And so the notes and assignment has already been uploaded for the Unit 3 as well. So today the Unit 2 will be completed. So just try to complete the same from the study material as well. Just a second. Yes, just try to complete the study material of Unit 2, Chapter 3, and after that complete the Saransh. You have to complete the Saransh. It is uploaded on the website as well as it is available at the CDS portal. So you have to complete the study material first, then you can complete the Saransh by looking at the chapter. We have completed Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Unit 1 and Unit 2 of Chapter 3. So all the chapters and units which you have covered in LVC, it should be finished. First, you will revise from the study material, then complete the same from the Saransh. I am repeating these things as many a times because because you student just listen to me. Okay? Yes, Omkarji, just write down in the chat box whatever query you are having. Yes, Omkar, please write in the chat box. Yes. One thing I want to convey that May 2025 result is coming on Sunday. So the suggested answer for May 2025 will be uploaded very soon after the results. So please complete the suggested answer at Chapter 1. You can easily identify the questions of Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. I'm not saying about Chapter 3 because you will be little confused that what are the questions are coming from Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. But you can easily identify the questions of Indian Contract Act 1872 and the Indian Regulatory. So after finishing, I am assuming that you have completed Chapter 2 and Chapter 1 from the study material and Saransh as well. So try to identify the questions from the RTPs, suggested answers, model test booklets, and MTP series will be conducted. MTP series will be starting from 11th August. Okay. In RTP, the chapter wise questions is being given. So you need not worry. But in the suggested answers and in the model test booklet, the questions are mixed. They are mixed in the form of question paper pattern. So you can easily, after completing the study material, अब आपको पता चल गया होगा कि ये just ma'am violence. Yes. Omkarji, what are you writing, ma'am? Why in exam is focus on second chapter based on May 2025 paper? I could not understand whatever you are saying. Just write it again. Because May 2025 we have focused on every chapter. Section-wise weightage has fully been compliance since 25 to 30% weightage was there of Chapter 2. So it has been fully complied. 32 marks का जो आपका पेपर आया था out of 120. Because paper में there is a choice of one question. So out of 120, there is a choice of one question. So this is the case. Just yes, Omkar ji, I have given you the option. Please ask me whatever query you are having.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I want to ask. I give the my attempt of 2025 CA Foundation.
Okay.
Regarding to that, in exam paper we have see that question first is based on second chapter. Okay, and
Question one
then
का part one.
question one, full question 1A.
Okay.
Then question 3, question
Yes.
3, question 3.
टोटल 32 मार्क्स का पेपर आपका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट में से आया था चैप्टर 2. नाउ व्हाट इज योर क्वेरी?
I want to say that according to current market situations of the laws, you have based 2 on the Sale of Goods Act 1930 Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 the Indian Partnership Act 1932.
Yes.
That's and Chapter 5 Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008 and Companies Act 2013. I want to say that 1930, 2008 and 2013 means 3rd, 5th and 6th chapter is most important for children's or aspirants.
You want to say that LLP and Companies Act is most important due to student
Yes.
for student. But you can see that these chapters are very short as in their length and the section wise weightage, because these are the decisions of the institute. So Contract Act is the vast chapter. This is the base for you. Okay. And section wise weightage you have must seen in the examination. Before giving examination आपने देखा था कि what is the section wise weightage?
No.
तो आपको देखना चाहिए था ना, आपको पुराने पेपर्स देखने चाहिए थे कि किस तरह से पेपर आता है. दिस इज द ट्रेंड. जब से आपकी स्कीम चेंज हुई है मई 2024 में, तो दिस इज द ट्रेंड दैट 32 मार्क्स का पेपर आपका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट में से आता है एंड 25 to 27 मार्क्स का आपका सेल्स एंड पार्टनरशिप में से आता है. एलएलपी एंड कंपनीज एक्ट में, कंपनीज एक्ट का भी आपका प्रोपोर्शन अच्छा है, बट एलएलपी का आपका 6 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन आता है. ये आपका शुरू से ट्रेंड है और ये हमारा सेक्शन वाइज एंड स्किल वाइज वेटेज के अकॉर्डिंग है.
मैम ऐसा मैंने इसलिए पूछा क्योंकि जब आप पहले टीचिंग करते थे आप और एक मैम रहते थे, तब आपने बताया था कि ऐसा कुछ भी ऐसा एग्जाम के रिलेटेड डाउट्स होगा क्वेश्चन पेपर से तो आप पूछ सकते हैं रेज हैंड करके, इसलिए मैंने
आपने पूछा. बट आपको पेपर देने से पहले हमने आपको ये भी गाइड किया था कि आप सजेस्टेड आंसर देखिए. हमने प्रॉपर आपको सेक्शन वाइज वेटेज बता रखा था. तो ये जो 32 मार्क्स का है ये आपका काफी टाइम से आ रहा है. दिस इज नॉट द फर्स्ट टाइम इन मई 2025. ओके
ओके, थैंक यू.
ओके
मैम आई वांट टू वन.
यस प्रणव.
मैम आई एम ऑडिबल.
यस यस.
एग्जाम में सेक्शन लिखने जरूरी है जिस क्वेश्चन में दिया गया हो?
नहीं, मैंने आपका, अगर आपने मेरा जून 2025 का फर्स्ट लेक्चर देखोगे इंट्रोडक्टरी, तो उसमें हमने साफ साफ बता रखा है सेक्शन लिखना जरूरी नहीं है. आप सिर्फ प्रोविजंस लिखिए. बच्चे आप ये देखिए, लॉ का पेपर आपका मेमोराइज करने की, आपको पेपर्स बच्चों के कहाँ कम नंबर रह जाते हैं, बच्चे आप लोग याद नहीं करते हो. प्रोविजंस आपको याद करने पड़ेंगे. ठीक है. 50 मार्क्स का पेपर आपका मेमोरी बेस्ड आता है, केएनसी बेस्ड आता है. बाकी एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड में भी आपको लीगल प्रोविजन लिखने हैं. तो आप एप्लीकेशन क्वेश्चंस तो कर लेंगे, बट आपको ये सारे क्वेश्चंस जो आपके प्रोविजंस हैं ये आपको याद करना पड़ेगा. ओके
ओके, थैंक यू मैम.
I'm just looking at the chat option. Harleen, give me 2 minutes, then you can continue. Sandeep is writing, I am from Hindi medium by ground, so I have problem to write provision in answer. Beta, Hindi study material is already been uploaded. आप हिंदी मटेरियल देखिए और वहां से लिखिए. ओके. Miss, I gonna give exam in May 2026. I am just doing chapter, not written practice, and I want to start, but I get confused. बेटा आपका May 2026 में इतना लेट क्यों दे रहे हो आप? मुझे चैट बॉक्स में लिखिए. Harleen, you can continue. I will reply them in the chat box. Okay? You just continue.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Harleen.
All right. So students, I hope you have enjoyed interacting with ma'am and she has always helped you in solving your queries. So let's get back to the syllabus where we were discussing about the implied conditions. So one of the important implied condition which we are still left to complete is condition as to quality and fitness. Yes, Akshat Verma, you can write down in the chat box, beta, if you want to ask something. At the end, I will allow you to raise your hands, okay? So condition as to quality and fitness. Now, children, section 16, subsection 1, this condition basically tries to cover a huge topic in itself. So before we jump to this condition, let us understand the meaning of the word caveat emptor. So if I ask you that, say, let's take example of Akshat only. Akshat goes to a shop to buy a medicine for his family member. Akshat, do you think that it is your responsibility to check the expiry date while you're buying a medicine? Yes, tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you will check. That's great. So it is our responsibility to check the date of expiry. Suppose you're buying a packet of cake from the bakery shop. And I told you these all items have a shelf life. And it is written on the packet of cake, Britannia wala cake, sabne khaya hoga, chote hote khaya hua hum sabne. Do you remember that Britannia cake packet? So if it is written on that packet that it is expiring on 3rd July 2025, will you buy that packet of cake? When you are very well aware that the packet has already expired, it's not mercantile quality, and you will not be consuming it. Let me see your answers. Yes, Rachna says we will not buy it. Okay, you're asking about student mentoring program. I think ma'am will address to it later on. Yes, Sarla Devi, absolutely correct. Ma'am, yes, ma'am, we will not buy them. Why? Because now we have come to know that it is not as per the requirement. Then you will not buy these kind of goods. So this is about your quality and fitness. Law says before applying the implied condition, let's make sure about the rule of caveat emptor also. So caveat emptor means let the buyer be aware. You have to be also responsible while buying a product. Now tell me another thing. We have spoken about eatables. Suppose I'll go to the market to buy this water bottle. I have seen there is a scratch on this water bottle and it is not of proper condition. Should I buy this bottle? I will not buy it. If I have seen it, there is a defect, there is a scratch, then I will not buy it. But yes, if it's hidden, it's painted, then it will be called as a latent defect. Then it might be the seller's problem. So this topic tries to tell you, first of all, you have to be careful as a buyer. But what are the circumstances in which we can make the seller responsible? That is all about your condition as to quality and fitness. Now, if it is a breach of implied condition of quality and fitness, then seller is responsible. So I would want you to write down a line over here before we start this implied condition. All of you will write down this. The general rule is rule of caveat emptor, which says let the buyer be aware. Means buyer should check before buying the goods. However, in the following circumstances, we can hold the seller liable under breach of condition as to quality and fitness. Number one, if the buyer has told the seller the purpose for which goods are required. You have told him for what purpose the goods are required. What else? The seller should be dealing in those respective goods. And the third condition is buyer has relied on seller for such good. First you write down, then I will explain you. Buyer has told the seller the purpose. Buyer ने उसको बता दिया कि मुझे किस चीज के लिए goods चाहिए. Seller उन्हीं goods में deal करता है. He is dealer in that goods. And the buyer is relying on him. The ideal example is example of a tailor. So for example, you are a girl and you go to the ladies tailor who stitches suits for ladies. But if you are a girl and you are going to a seller who is stitching male pants, जो कि men के लिए कपड़ा stitch कर रहे, तो आपकी गलती है. आप गलत seller के पास जा रहे हो. He should be dealing in such goods. So number one condition is the seller should be dealing in those goods. Let's make it a little more interesting. You want to get a lehenga stitched for your wedding and you go to a dealer who stitches suits, coat pants for the ladies. So it's whose fault? Buyer's fault or seller's fault? Tell me. Tell me in the chat box. It is buyer's fault or seller's fault? Okay, Shri Krishna, I will answer to this later on. As of now, I'm looking for my answer that I've asked the question. Buyer's fault. Very good. Buyer's fault. Very nice. Everybody has written the correct answer. It is absolutely buyer's fault because you're going to a wrong seller. Now let's correct it. So buyer goes to a shop into a dealer who is stitching nice, good lehengas for the wedding. First point is satisfied. Buyer tells him the purpose for which the goods are required. He is telling them that this is the purpose for which I am needing the goods. So he tells that we have a wedding. She tells her that we have a wedding at home and we need the goods for this very purpose. So buyer tells to the seller the purpose for which the goods are required. These sare points are likhe hue. And he relies on his skill and judgment. So seller says, okay, we are taking your measurements and you're fitting everything we have taken. Now we'll stitch the lehenga as per your requirement. And he's also dealing in such kind of goods. Now, if the lehenga does not turn out as per the choice, can you hold the seller liable? Yes, ma'am or no, ma'am? Okay, Omkar, we will unmute you, beta. Let's answer the relevant queries the questions that I'm asking you right now. And at the end, we will definitely unmute you and speak to you, okay? Yes, Tulsi Nathan, if you are seeing such kind of terms expiring on or before that, so you have to be very careful. Then it is buyer's fault if you're buying a wrong product. Very good. Then we can hold the seller responsible if the goods don't turn out as per the requirements. Why you can hold him? Because you have relied on his, because you have relied on the seller, you have told him the purpose, you have relied on his skill and judgment, and the seller is dealing in such goods, then only you can prove this point. But if buyer is at fault, if he is dealing in a wrong seller. Correct? Okay. Very good. All conditions are Sandeep been satisfied, then you can hold the seller liable. If any of the condition is not satisfied, Sarla Devi correct, then it will be a buyer's fault. All right. A bought a set of false teeth. Let's do these examples now. Everybody's clear. So you can read it from here also. The reasonable fitness may be implied if the buyer has. Now, this paragraph is absolutely same what they have written down in the points. So you can refer to the points. It says ordinarily there is no implied condition. क्या बोलते हैं? Generally, rule of caveat emptor. मतलब हमारी कोई जिम्मेवारी नहीं है आपको बताने की. आप प्लीज प्रोडक्ट खरीदने से पहले उसे चेक कर लीजिए. In English, it is not my responsibility. If I'm a seller, it is not my responsibility to please check whether the box is opening properly or not, it is closing or not. You are the buyer, please check it. But if you are relying on me, I'm the seller dealing in those goods, you have told me the purpose, then the seller will be held responsible if there is a breach of implied condition. It says this implied condition is not applicable for the trademark or patent's name. Now, what is the meaning of trademark or patent's name? So you have purchased a Maggie. Maggie is coming directly from your Nestle brand. Yes, Rachna, these will be the points of caveat emptor exception. That is correct. So Maggie is coming from Nestle. You are purchasing Coke. Coke is a brand. So don't blame the shopkeeper if your dairy milk is from Cadbury and the dairy milk did not turn well, then it is Cadbury's fault. So all these products which are coming under a patents or trademarks name, there is no implied condition. Yes, absolutely correct. Brand names will not be covered. Okay. So let's see this example. A bought a set of false teeth from B, a dentist, but the set was not fitting in A's mouth. So he rejected and claimed the refund. Here, A has told him the purpose. Now let's imagine when you're going to a dentist, everybody has a different shape of mouth. Now, A went to the dentist and he tell him that this is my mouth, this is the kind of teeth I'm looking for. But he made it as per the size of B. So it was bigger. A's mouth, it did not fix properly. Can A hold the dentist liable as a breach of implied condition? So what will you write in the answer here? A has told him the purpose for which the goods are required. He is relying on the seller's skill and judgment. क्योंकि dentist की skill and judgment पे rely करोगे ना. अगर A chartered accountant के पास चले जाता teeth का set बनाने, फिर किसकी गलती थी? A's fault or C's fault? Tell me. Shri Krishna laughing. A's fault, ma'am. This is absolutely correct. A's fault. Then buyer is at fault if you're going to a wrong set. Okay. Very good, Bindya. Now I can see your answers. Good. Mosmi, everybody. Nena, Riddhi. Nice. Tulsi Nathan is saying something. Some days before. All right, Tulsi Nathan, that can be the case of particular brand. They will have to file a complaint to them, not to the seller. Okay. All right. I hope you all have understood this concept now. Let's do second example also very carefully. A went to B's shop and asked for a merit swing machine. B gave A the same and paid the price. A relied on the trade name of the machine rather than skill and judgment of the seller. Here, there is no breach of implied condition. Here, you're using the trade name, like you're using the name of Cadbury for dairy milk, or you're using the word Coke for a brand name. So when you're relying on a particular brand, then you cannot hold the seller liable. Why? Because it specifically says that you're not relying on his skill and judgment. When you're relying on, so basically, आपने 3 points देखने. अगर ये तीनों points आपके meet हो रहे, that he's telling the purpose, he's relying on skill and judgment, he has told him the purpose for which the goods are required, then seller is responsible. If any of these points are not there, buyer is responsible. As a general rule, it is the duty of the buyer to examine before buying. He cannot hold him liable if he is not checked. This is known as the rule of caveat emptor, which means let the buyer be. Correct? Now we will do one example and then case study, and then we will go back to implied warranties. So we have completed 8 types of implied conditions, that is condition as to title, condition as to description, sample and description, quality and fitness, merchantability and wholesomeness. Case study 1, certain goods were sold by sample A to B, who in turn sold it to C. I think we did this one in the last class. We have already done this. Let's move to another one. Manoj was running a shop selling good quality washing machines. Vivek came to his shop and asked for the washing machine. I think we have done this one also, children. Woolen clothes, where we learned to write the answer. So we will be doing this question. Mrs. Geeta went to the local rice and wheat wholesale shop. Thank you, Geeta and Tulsi Nathan, for clarifying that yes, we have done this one. Yes, Sandeep, thank you. Let's do this. I think we have not done this. Mrs. Geeta went to the local rice and wheat wholesale shop and asked for 100 kgs of basmati rice. Shopkeeper quoted the price 125 per kg. So she has requested for 100 kg wheat rice and the price is rupees 125 per kg. Geeta insisted that she would like to see the sample of what he said. So he showed him a bowl of rice as a sample. The sample exactly correspond to the entire lot. Buyer examined the sample casually without noticing that it contained a mix of long and short grains. Can you just identify the examiner questions? So many big case studies institute make for you. And if you read the question very carefully, the answer is already hidden in these case studies. You just have to learn how to write the answers. They are so very simple. If you know the concept, it is very, very simple. See how many words he has written. I'll show you to give you the hint for the answer. Buyer examined the sample casually without noticing. And then he is telling you that it contained a mixture. मतलब गलती भी बता दिया उसने भी, इसमें भाई हेरफेर था, मिक्सचर था, उसने नोटिस नहीं किया. Then what happened? The cook, on opening the bags, complained that the dish, if prepared with this rice, will not taste of the same quality as per the requirement. Now she wants to file a case of fraud against the seller, alleging that a mixed good has been given. Will she be successful? Decide the fate of the case and options open to the buyer for grievance redressal as per the provisions of Sale of Goods Act. So many big words have been used because you're doing law. Yes, absolutely. It is trying to test your knowledge, Tulsi Nathan. Absolutely correct. Ravi Kumar. Yes, now you all know the answer. Everybody is jumping to the answer. I don't want the answers like this. I am going to give you 2 minutes because it's a very simple question. You have to frame the question in the same way. Provisions of case, facts of the case, provisions of law, facts of the case, and conclusion. And I'm going to read your answers, what you are framing, and then we are going to discuss how this answer should have been written. So if somebody is writing, no, she is not liable, yes, she is liable, the shopkeeper, don't write like this. I want a proper framed answer. Meanwhile, I'm going to read your queries. Yes, Akshat Jain, it is not exactly same as quality, but it is little different. Again, she won't be successful. Akshat Jain, I want proper answers. Mausami, everybody, I want proper answers. Minali, still you need to write the answers, not an issue. Okay, Arjun, I'm glad all your doubts are being cleared. That's nice. I've just read your message now, Bacha. Kavya has written, if I tasted cashews but asked for almonds and he gives almond, yes, then also it is fault because the sample, it is not matching now. But you can apply section 13. You like the almonds one, you don't want to file a case. So you can treat it as breach of warranty. Very good, Tanya Sharma. Well tried for the answers. Yes, Mr. Mutukan Manoj. Molly Gupta, in your query, you cannot, what you have written that the seller is not dealing, then you cannot hold him responsible. You have to be 100% sure that he is dealing in such. Excellent answer, Shri Krishna. Very good. According to, as per the provisions of sale of goods, he has started writing. Nice. Seller gives a reasonable opportunity. Caveat emptor is being applied, hence seller will not be held liable. You have just concluded in one paragraph only, Shri Krishna. You have to have 3 paragraphs. I told you specific. All right. Wonderful answers given by all of you. Now I will just show you the correct answer so that everyone get a proper clarification about how to write the answer. So as per the provisions of Sale of Goods Act, do we need to compulsory write the section and subsection? No. If you don't remember, please children never write the wrong section. It's better to avoid writing a section rather than writing a wrong section. So you will write as per the provisions of Sale of Goods Act. Sale by sample, the goods should match with the sample and should have a reasonable opportunity. In the instant case, opportunity was given. She will not succeed because she casually examined the goods and she has already seen that the goods has a mixture. The buyer does not have any option available. She specified her exact requirement. In case she has already specified the exact requirement, then there would have been an implied condition of description. If not, the seller will be held responsible. So this is just an additional thing he has given as an assumption. I think you can simply tell them that if once you are buying the goods, you have told him the description has been given, then it would have been a different story. But if you're relying on condition as to sample, you're applying the rule of caveat emptor, the exception of the caveat emptor as condition of sample, absolutely correct. All right. So I think we have completed all the implied conditions. Now we are left with 4 implied warranties and the last topic, that is caveat emptor, and 3-4 more case studies that we'll be doing with you today. So I give you a small break over here. Let's take a break. And in that break, please revise and read all the 7 implied conditions. Let's complete the work in the classroom. Okay, so take this time to read the conditions so that you can ask your doubts. First, I will clarify your doubts in the chat box and then we will move ahead. Okay. Okay, let's take a break here. All right, students. Why my video is not showing? Yeah. Let's proceed ahead. Tanya has sent a query on the page number 3.33 of the study material. Okay, let me just open it. The last paragraph, beta, it is an example. Which are you asking? Yes, Tanya. Last paragraph of the study material on page number 3.33. So this last paragraph, are you asking about the example 13? I hope example 13 is clear to you. The last paragraph talks about mercantile quality. He's trying to tell you that this word is not defined anywhere in the law, but you have to make sure that, for example, if you're buying a cloth, it should not be torn. If you're buying the horns, they should not be scratched or damaged. So the goods basically should be of the description that you have given. They should not be destroyed or damaged. Okay, this is what it means. Clear, Tanya? Vindhya has given the answer for the other one. Okay, that was correct, beta. Padula Parthi. Example 10 in the study material. Okay. Okay, let's do this example number 10. Omkar, what do you want to speak? First you speak, then we will move ahead. Yes, Omkar, tell me. Nothing? Okay. So, what is the meaning of sale by description and sample? Padula Parthi says example 10 she has not understood. So, what is the example number 10 trying to tell you? It says, where A has agreed to sell certain oil, which is known as refined sunflower oil. So, A said, I will be selling you sunflower oil, which was equal to the sample. So, he has shown you the sample, which was of sunflower oil. But when he actually purchased this good, it had a mixture of hemp oil. I told you, children, hemp oil is another kind of oil which got mixed. You can take a better example of coconut oil and olive oil. They got mixed. Now, what will you do? Everybody has to tell me. Here, the goods are as per the sample. He has already shown you the mixture of the sample. They're matching with the sample, but are they as per the description? Yes or no? No, ma'am, they're not as per the description. Very good. So here you can reject the goods and you can claim your money. Clear? Padula Parthi, I hope this doubt is clear to you. Absolutely correct, Vindhya. It is not as per description. Therefore, we can reject. Naina, correct. Desai, good. Everybody is now giving the answers correctly. Sandeep Thakur, good. Let me see if anyone else is having any doubts. सेलर ने अगर गलती से गलती कर दी है, ओके रचना, बेटा गलती से गलती है तो फिर गलती तो गलती है ना, ब्रीच हो गया तो देन यू विल हैव टू बी लायबल. ओके Omkar, you are just disturbing the class, nothing else you're doing. Now everybody has again started raising hands. Please write down in the chat box, child, if you have any doubts. It is not as per the description, we can reject. Very good, Sadla Devi. I'm reading all your doubts. Please write it in the chat box. Yes, Mr. Manoj, I can see your messages. What do you want to ask? Speak, Mr. Manoj.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm joining law class for first time.
Okay. Are you understanding?
Ma'am, I want to give January attempt 2026. Not understanding, ma'am, this one.
Okay, then you'll have to refer to the previous videos that we have already started with the chapter. If you have any doubt, you can write it in the chat box. Okay, beta?
Ma'am, I have not joined any coaching center. Is it enough to
Yes,
Can I?
yes, it is enough. You can view our lectures. You can also see the previous lectures in the videos that are there on the YouTube. And you can listen to the live sessions that we are having every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay? And if you have any doubts, you will have to type it in the chat.
Okay.
Yes, Arjun?
Ma'am,
Yes, speak.
ma'am, in page number 3.34, example number 15. Ma'am,
Example
condition
number?
to 15.
What have you not understood there?
Ma'am, in this condition to wholesomeness and condition as per quality are same or not?
Definitely, it has to be there. It is basically for wholesomeness. Why? Because milk is involved. Food item is involved. Otherwise, it is as per the quality and fitness also it has failed to fulfill the condition.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, beta. Yes, Arjun, what do you want to ask?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, ma'am. In example number 15, can we relate this example with the case of with the famous English case of priest versus last? That means
Which
in
one?
the case of priest versus last.
Yes, yes, yes. It is related to
Uh,
that. We are anyways going to come it on when we do
okay.
give it empty.
And do we have any provisions regarding about caveat vendita? That means let the seller be aware in Soga.
Yes, we have provisions. Yes, we have. Let the buyer be aware, not let the seller be aware.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Okay, now let's move on to the first. We will do caveat emptor since we have just very freshly done the question also related to it. First, we will understand that and then we will jump back to the implied warranties. So, in case the sale of goods, the caveat emptor means let the buyer be aware. Whenever seller is displaying their goods, buyer should make a proper choice of the goods. It is your responsibility to check the Cadbury packet, check the date of expiry. It may be the reason that you're picking up the dairy milk or the 5 stars which are already expired. Some of you have written the queries, ma'am, this happened when somebody ate a wrong chocolate. Then it could be the reason, child. You're eating a wrong thing. Then condition of wholesomeness, you are not trying to figure it out. You're not buying the goods correctly. Tanisha is asking, ma'am, quality and wholesomeness में क्या difference हो? Beta, wholesomeness is basically the terminology which is being used for food items. Quality and fitness is basically for the products that they are talking about. Okay, so it is largely covering quality and fitness. Wholesomeness is specifically for food items. Okay, Aditya, your answer was correct that you have written for the previous one. Rini Chauhan ने लिखा है मैम मुझे लॉ का लैंग्वेज नहीं आ रहा, मेरी इंग्लिश अच्छी नहीं है तो मैं लैंग्वेज में आंसर लिख सकती हूँ. सो रिनी चौहान, आपने अपनी लैंग्वेज में ही आंसर लिखना है, बट हमें जहाँ पे प्रोविजंस है, जहाँ पे लीगल टर्म्स है, वो हमें वैसे ही बच्चा याद करना पड़ेगा. जैसे कैवेट एम्प्टर का मतलब होता है लेट द बायर बी अवेयर. आप समझ सकते हो क्लास में, बट आपको लर्न तो करना ही पड़ेगा. ओके, लीगल लैंग्वेज लिखनी पड़ेगी, अदरवाइज यू नॉट गेट मार्क्स. Yes, Devyani, please ask you, or I hope wholesomeness is now clear to you, Devyani Tiwari. Sandeep is asking, ma'am, vice versa ka matlab. Vice versa means opposite. This or vice versa means the opposite thing of that. And wholesomeness means that it should be edible, khane layak cheez honi chahiye. Okay, Sandeep Sahu? Yes, Tamanna, you're correct for what you have written. Again, Naina Sharma, same query. I hope now your queries are clear. Merchantability and quality, she's asking same. Merchantability is again related to quality, but quality and fitness, you have to rely on these conditions. Child, merchantability, I gave you examples. Your phone is not working only. Why will you apply section 16 subsection 1? So then it is merchantability. Okay, Naina? Padula Parthi, what are you asking? Breach of condition can be treated. Yes, yes, absolutely, due to non-severable goods. That is correct. Very good, Tulsi Nathan, for your answer. Shri Krishna. That's so nice, Shri Krishna. I'm glad that you're doing your writing practice so sincerely. Very nice, beta. Okay. अगर हम एग्जाम में सेक्शन लिखे बट सब सेक्शन गलत, रचना, नो नीड टू राइट सेक्शंस, नेवर राइट अ रॉन्ग सेक्शन एंड सब सेक्शन. इफ यू रिमेंबर देन ओनली राइट. Okay, Tanisha, I'm glad all your doubts are clear. I hope now there are no more messages because I have tried to see all your messages. Divyani and Rini ने भी लिख दिया है कि all clear. Very nice. Okay. So it is the duty of the buyer to satisfy himself. If the goods turn out to be defective, he cannot hold the seller responsible. This is a very important line. Then you cannot. Omkar, once more you raise your hands, I will remove you from the class. Be very clear upon that. You can write in the chat box, Omkar, if you want to ask anything. So if the goods turn out to be defective or they're not as per the requirement, seller will not be responsible, buyer will be responsible because he should have checked before buying the goods. Caveat emptor laid down in section 16 states subject to the conditions means there is no implied condition. We have just discussed this point. Now, what are the cases which are exceptions to the caveat emptor? If you have made known to the seller, see children, same line, section 16 is written over here. I hope no doubt over there. So A sold pigs to B and the pigs were infected. They caused typhoid to other healthy pigs also. Seller was not bound to disclose. Now, child, tell me one thing. If you go to buy a dog for your house, isn't it your responsibility to check if proper injections have been given to the dog or not? Similarly, if A was buying the pigs, isn't it A's responsibility to see whether the pigs are healthy or not? Let me show you a beautiful picture of pigs that I have in my presentation also, just to make you understand the concept. So these were the sweet pigs which he has bought, and very soon they fell sick. So law says it was B's duty to find the healthiness of these pigs. He should check before buying the goods. Okay? So therefore, B could not recover the damages. This is a very important leading case law, Watts versus Hobbs, wherein this was held that if you're buying any kind of products, it is your responsibility, even if the animal that you're buying, if you're buying sheep, pigs, or any kind of such things, you must check before buying the things whether they are healthy or no. So let the buyer be aware is the cautions that we give. It is the duty of the buyer to satisfy. If they turn out to be defective, he cannot hold the seller responsible. What are the exceptions to the doctrine of emptor? Now, many a time this question only comes in exam. He will ask you, what is the duty of the buyer? Duty of the buyer is that implied condition of quality and fitness. Okay? But duty of the seller is all the exceptions of the caveat emptor will be considered as the duty of the seller. So when examiner gives you explain the doctrine of caveat emptor and what are its exceptions, then this is what you have to write. Question number 8, 6 marks question. It came in May 2018. After that also it has come many number of times. What is the doctrine of caveat emptor? Children, you will have to write. This is the doctrine of caveat emptor. Let the buyer be aware. These 3 conditions you will write. Then you will tell them what is the duty of the buyer. If the goods turn out defective, he is not relying on a scale judgment. Buyer will not hold him liable. Seller is not bound to disclose the defects of the goods. एक मुझे बात बताओ, एक और इंटरेस्टिंग एग्जांपल देखो. कौन कौन अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ, मम्मी के साथ कपड़ा खरीदने जाता है शॉप में फॉर बाइंग अ क्लॉथ विद योर पेरेंट्स? हैव यू एवर गॉन? or maybe for buying a shirt for yourself. Let's take a simpler example. You are going to buy a shirt you have an interview and you're going to buy a shirt for yourself. Now, when you purchased and you tried this shirt, you found that it was scratched from here or it was torn from here. Tell me, will you buy a shirt which is apparently, clearly, it's visible that it's torn? Or you are expecting the seller to tell you, ma'am, this is torn, you should not buy it. When any seller try to tell you, वो तो चाहेगा ना कि मुझे अपना सामान बेचना है. Customer ना ही देखे इसको तो better है so that I can sell my product. So Divya says, no ma'am, I will not. Yes, she says I go to buy, but will you buy this shirt? No, you will not buy. Why? Because it's visible. Yes, Tanisha, very good. Everybody says we will not buy this goods because it's clearly visible. As a man of ordinary prudence, you can make it out that it is not a good purchase. So it says it is not the duty of the seller to disclose the defects. You have to make it sure. So now what are the exceptions? Then when is the duty of the seller arising? His duty arises in 8 cases. Fitness of quality and use, when the goods are being purchased under patent and brand names, description, sample. Now, what are these? These are all the implied conditions that we have just completed. So this chapter actually is seen as full-fledged chapter, and at the end, caveat emptor, again, this chapter is repeated. So let's see examples one by one. Example number 19, A purchases a horse from B and he wanted this horse for riding. He did not tell this to B. Horse is not suitable for riding. किसकी गलती है? A की गलती है. Everybody says A की गलती है. क्या गलती है? That he did not mention. He has not told. So rule of caveat emptor will become active. Everybody agrees? Very good. हमें बासमती की जानकारी नहीं थी सेलर. हाँ रिनी चौहान, इफ ही हैज गिवन यू गुड्स व्हिच आर नॉट एज पर डिस्क्रिप्शन, बिल्कुल आप वापस कर सकते हैं और अपना पैसा क्लेम कर सकते हैं. बट अगर आपको पता ही नहीं है कि गुड्स कौन से हैं, फिर आपकी गलती. ऑलराइट रचना, दैट्स नाइस. Yes, Trella will not disclose the facts. That's good. Padula Bharti says if the seller does not give the chance to know the health, then you will have to prove this assumption, beta. You will have to tell them that he is not a lawyer. Buyer should check before buying the goods. Then only caveat emptor is, that is the meaning of caveat emptor. But if he is not allowing him, if he is not permitting him, then in chapter number 3, unit 3, you will understand about these points and what happens. Yes, very good, Naina. He has not mentioned the purpose, therefore he cannot reject it. But there are certain exceptions. The first exception is quality and fitness. So priest versus last. Somebody was remembering this case law also. Let's discuss that. An order was placed for the trucks to be used for heavy traffic in hilly area. The truck were unfit and they got broke down. So here it is a clear-cut breach of fitness because you have told him the purpose, you are relying on the seller and he is dealing in such goods, then it will be unfit. Then it is breach of quality and fitness. Priest versus last. A draper purchased a hot water bottle. Now, what happened in this case? Now, this is a very important leading case. One was Hobbes versus Watts. Another is priest versus last. In this case law, children, a lady purchased a hot water bottle. You know the meaning of hot water bottle, which helps in retaining the hot water, and it is done for, on your shoulders or your back. You can just give it a little steam on your for your muscles relaxation. But the bottle bursted and the boiling hot water poured on the wife and she got injured. Now, what kind of breach has happened? Can you say it is a caveat emptor or it is an exception to caveat emptor? Tell me. Raise your hands and answer me. Now I want to speak to you. Now I am giving you a chance. Raise your hands and answer me. Okay, Rachna has not spoken yet. Let's give chance to Rachna. Yes, Rachna.
हेलो मैम,
Yes, beta.
am I audible?
Yes, you are.
मैम इस केस में मतलब जो पी है उसने बता दिया था कि मेरे को एक हॉट वाटर बैग चाहिए अपनी वाइफ के लिए, बट वो हॉट वाटर बैग वो खराब हो गया, उसकी वाइफ जो है वो इंजर्ड हो गई, तो इसमें सेलर की गलती हुई ना?
सेलर की गलती है, बिल्कुल सही, बिकॉज तीनों पॉइंट सेटिस्फाई है. He has told the purpose, he has relied on his skill and judgment, and seller was dealing with that. So can he reject the goods?
यस मैम, ही कैन रिजेक्ट द गुड्स एंड क्लेम डैमेजेस, मतलब इसकी
Very
वाइफ को जो भी इंजरी हुई.
excellent, Rachna. Thank you.
थैंक यू मैम.
Okay, Arjun, can caveat emptor become applicable? Sandeep, can we apply caveat emptor to this water bottle case?
नो मैम, बिकॉज मैम प्रेस जो था मैम वो अपना पर्पस बता दिया था, और सेलर जो था उसी मतलब उसी में डील करता था, उसी गुड्स में.
And वो
और मैम बायर जो है ना वो मतलब विश्वास करता है सेलर पे.
yes, excellent, Sandeep.
तो
And you
मैम
this in the exam
यस
also.
मैम, अगर
Okay, yes, Arjun. Caveat emptor can be applied here. All right. All right. Let's move ahead. Put your hands down now. I will give you another chance.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Arjun. Caveat emptor can be applied here.
No, ma'am. No.
Very good.
Because
only yes.
Because the seller means the buyer has already told about the purpose, and it's the guilty of the seller that he has told a lie to him, and that's why when the buyer purchased the hot water bottle and gave it to wife and poured the hot water to his wife, then the bottle bursted and it injured the wife.
Absolutely, that is correct. That is the case. But I want to ask you another question. If the article is to be used only for single purpose, then do we need to tell the purpose? Like a pen is used for writing only. Do I need to tell the seller I need a pen which should be able to write?
No.
No.
That is already understandable by both the seller and also the buyer, na?
So there is a breach of implied condition of quality and fitness.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move to another one. Patents and brand names. I told you for patents and brand names, there is no implied condition. Buyer is relying on that particular brand. Neither seller is responsible nor the buyer. Okay. Description. We have already understood the goods should be matching with the description. If not, seller is responsible. Merchantable. Goods are of a particular description. There is a rule they should be of merchantable quality. However, caveat emptor is not applicable on latent defects. What is the meaning of latent defects? We have already discussed. Okay, let's give chance to Mr. Mantri. Yes.
Ma'am, latent defect, the defect which we are not able to see by our naked eye.
Absolutely correct. And if there are latent defects, can we reject the goods?
Yes, ma'am, we have the right to reject the goods.
Absolutely correct. Well done. Okay, Jatin, for sale by sample, why are we rejecting the goods? Jatin, you also raise your hand. In case of sale by sample, anyone would like to tell me caveat emptor is applicable? Yes or no? Yes, Akshat. Caveat emptor is applicable? Padlapa.
No, ma'am.
Very good. Yes, Padlapa.
No, ma'am. In case of sample, it was not applicable.
And in case of sale of description and sample, is it applicable?
No, ma'am.
What is the meaning of that caveat emptor is not applicable? What do you mean by that?
That means here seller is responsible for any fault in that contract.
Absolutely correct. Wonderful answers given by all of you. Very nice. Good. Another is trade usage. Trade usage means if there is a breach of implied condition as to quality and fitness, as per the usage of trade, and seller deviates from that. For example, when you have a ready-made garment shop, there is an implied condition that the garments should be reasonably fit for the buyer. If you're having a shop, you're selling a garments and the garments are not fit only, then there is a breach of implied condition. So trade usage means the regular usage that you're adopting in the particular business activity. And the last one is very important. Seller actively conceals a defect. Conceals को हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? छुपाना. Conceal करना मतलब किसी फैक्ट को hide करना, या हिंदी में बोलते हैं छुपाना, to hide something. So again, the same example that I have fixed the legs of the table in such a way. Now it was broken from here, but I've pasted it in such a way that a man of ordinary prudence cannot make it that it's a broken. So here, caveat emptor will not apply. Who will be held responsible? So this is the case of fraud. In case of fraud, seller will be held responsible. Clear, children? So now let's move to the last topic of today's class, that is implied warranties. What is the meaning of warranty? Quickly raise your hands. Tell me what is the meaning of warranty. Okay, Sandeep. Yes, Riddhi?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello,
Are you
ma'am.
audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, ma'am. Our warranty is stipulation which is collector to the main purpose of the contract.
And if warranty is not fulfilled, then what can we do? Can we return the goods?
Only claim damages.
Excellent. Excellent, Sandeep. Very good. And Riddhi, can you return the goods if the warranty is breached?
No, ma'am. In warranty, we can return the goods and liquidate the contract, which can only recover the damages.
Very good. Excellent. 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 So put your hands down. Now let's understand what are these types of warranties. Number one, warranty as to undisturbed possession. So this is also which we are going to understand with a very interesting example. So let's take an example of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna has purchased a laptop from Miss Naina. So he has already paid the price, and suppose Miss Naina is staying next door. She's a neighbor and he has purchased this laptop from Miss Naina. So while he's using it, Naina comes and she says, can I use my laptop for a while? Now I'm trying to teach you the meaning of possession over here. Okay? Possession means when you're having something in your custody. The goods have already been sold to you and now it is in your possession, means aapke paas hai. So Naina comes and says, can I take it? You say, okay, fine. After 5 days, you are doing some work. You are making notes. Harleen ma'am has uploaded an assignment. Let me complete the assignment. Naina again comes and says, can I take the laptop? She again takes it. After 3 days, she again comes and can I borrow the laptop? Now, what is Naina trying to do over here? She is disturbing the possession which is owned by Mr. Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna possessed that laptop. नैना बार बार आकर उसे मांग रही है, मैंने बेचा ना, आपको मेरा था ना, मुझे दे दो. I want to borrow it for some time. I want to do some work. So his possession is getting disturbed. This is the meaning of disturbing the possession. Now let's understand what is law trying to tell us. Warranty as to undisturbed possession. He says buyer should have quiet possession of the goods. बायर को पूरा हक होना चाहिए गुड्स की पोजीशन को एंजॉय करने का. एंड इफ समवन ट्राइज टू डिस्टर्ब इट, he can sue the seller for the warranty, and in the warranty, children, we only claim the damages, but we cannot return the goods. So here is the case of section 14, subsection B. What was the case of section 14, subsection A? You can do the cheating from your study material and answer me which section 14 subsection A relates to. Absolutely correct. Condition as to title. Very good. Condition as to title. So who was there in case of condition as to title? True owner was there. Again, in case of warranty, there is a true owner. So if you have the tractor was there, the true owner came, buyer had to return it, and he will claim the refund from the seller. Also, he will claim the damages if he has done certain repair of the tractor. How will he claim that? He will claim it as a damages. So here X has purchased laptop from Y. X has spent some amount on the repair. Unknown to the parties, it was a stolen laptop and was taken from X and given to the true owner. Y will cause it a breach and X is entitled to damages not only for the price but the cost of repairs. This cost of repairs that he is recovering because of breach of warranty as to undisturbed possession. Is this clear, children? Okay, second one baad mein karte hain, pehle third and fourth karte. Third is warranty as to quality and fitness by usage of trade. You have already studied section 16 subsection 1. It tells you quality and fitness hona chahiye. Buyer should be aware. Same rule, let the buyer be aware. Seller will not tell you the truth about the goods which he is selling. If there is any defect, he will not disclose it. It is your warranty, your condition to find it correct. Clear? Fourth point, dangerous nature of goods. Have you ever read on the medicines? Check it today. On the medicines, it's often written, keep it away from kids or keep it away from sunlight. Any bottle of disinfectant powder, it is written, please open carefully. It might go in your eyes. What happened once? There was a disinfecting powder and this fact was not disclosed on the box. It was not written. There was this disinfectant powder. The lid of the powder was to be opened with care. The lady opened it and it went into her eyes and she suffered a lot. So here law says there is an implied warranty. You can claim the damages. You can tell the seller that it is your fault. You should have written these kind of things. It is mandatory for the seller to write these things. If it is not written, then you can claim the damages. And the last is non-existence of encumbrances. Now, S sells a car which was given as security by Y against a loan. There was a person, Mr. S, who has borrowed money from Y. He has borrowed, a loan has been taken from Y. And children, you know the meaning of secured loan? When you take a loan, you give certain assets as a security. So he has given this car as a security and taken a loan against that. But tomorrow, a buyer R comes to his shop and he says, I want to buy that car that you have. So S sells this car to him. Here, R can claim the damages for the warranty breach of non-existence of encumbrances. Meaning of encumbrances means charges. So, any product that you are selling should be free from charge. It should not have any charges on it. So, here the car was having charges, security charges. It was already mortgaged with someone. How can you sell if you have given your gold to the bank as a mortgage? And you sell that gold to somebody else. Is it possible? No, it is already pledged with the bank. You cannot sell it to someone else. So here he still sold the car. So R will claim the damages for the breach of implied warranty as to encumbrances, because law says whenever you're selling any products, they should be non-existence of encumbrances means they should be free from charges. So again, examination question, 4-mark questions, discuss the various implied warranties as per the Sale of Goods Act. This is what we expect you to write. What are the warranties given under 14 and 16 as to undisturbed possession, non-existence of encumbrances, quality and fitness, and dangerous nature. If you write these 4 points, you get 4 out of 4. We have already done these points. Doctrine of caveat emptor was discussed. Now, 2 case studies are left to be done. We will first do the questions and then do. The doctrine of caveat emptor will not apply in the following cases. Please see the answer and take the correct one. Everyone has given the correct answer. So where the goods are sold by sample, caveat emptor is not applicable. Where it is sold by sample and description, it is not applicable. Third is the case of implied warranty. So D is the correct answer, all of the above. In case the goods are sold by sample, the goods should match with the sample. Otherwise, he can reject the goods. He cannot reject the goods. Contract is terminated. Seller is liable for punishment. Very nice. A is the correct answer. He can reject the goods. Why are you saying option B, Rachna? Wrong. I can reject. Yes, correct. Now let's do the case study and then we will wind up the session. Read this question carefully, everyone. AB Cloth House, a firm dealing with the wholesale and retail buying and selling of various kinds of clothes as per the requirements of the customers. They are dealing in silk, organdy, cotton, khadi, chiffon, and many other different varieties of cloth. Rima, a customer, come to the shop and ask for the specific type of cloth which is suitable for her daughter's birthday. She mentioned that she needs cotton silk cloth. Shop owner agreed and arranged the cloth cut into the buyer's requirements pieces. When she went to the tailor for the suit stitching, she found that the seller had supplied her cotton organdy material. The cloth was not suitable. It was heavily starched and not suitable for making the suit that the Rima desired for. So tailor asked Rina to return the cloth as it did not meet the requirements. Shop owner refused because it was cut as per the requirements and cannot be resold. With reference to caveat emptor, explain the duty of the buyer as well as the seller. Can Rima get her money back or the right kind of cloth as per the requirement? Anyone who would like to share the answer? Okay, Miss Palak. Yes. Speak, beta.
Hello.
Anji, beta.
Hello.
Yes, speak, beta, Rachna.
हाँ हम इस केस में बताया कि जो एबी क्लॉथ हाउस है वो स्पेसिफिक टाइप के जो कपड़े होते हैं उनको ही सेल करता है, मतलब इसमें जो स्पेसिफिक बता रखा है कॉटन सिल्क और कॉटन खादी शिफॉन ये सब का। और रीमा को चाहिए था। Yes ma'am, we can apply caveat emptor.
No, we will not apply because the goods are not fit for the purpose.
उसमें specific purpose तो बता दिया था ना अपना।
हाँ तो it's breach of implied condition as to quality and fitness now.
हाँ.
Okay. Yes, Padalapat.
Ma'am, it can be description.
Yes, that's correct. Description as well as quality and fitness.
Okay, ma'am. And
yes,
Mrs. Rima would able to get the money back.
Okay, that's correct.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Ma'am, in such cases, it is a condition as to quality and fitness.
Absolutely correct.
Yes, ma'am. Because a buyer should have made to know seller the particular purpose, and buyer rarely on the seller, and ma'am seller जो था मतलब उसे goods के
Good. You are on a correct terms. Let me just explain you the answer, everyone. Absolutely correct. Yes, Tulsinath, you want to say something? All right. So now how you have to write the answer. All of you have given a great answers and I'm very super proud of my students. That means you have understood the concept very nice. Okay. So first he's asking you what are the duties of buyer and seller. So give him the duties. Buyer's duty is the rule of caveat emptor. When the goods are displayed, you just have to make a proper selection. If they turn out to be defective, it is buyer's fault, not the seller's. What is the duty of the seller? Duty of seller is the exceptions given to the caveat emptor, all these fitness, quality, patents, brand name, mercantile quality, trade usage, that 8 qualities, 8 points that we have discussed are the exceptions of the caveat emptor. So based on the above provisions and facts, we can say that the REMA has the right to get back her money or she should be supplied with the proper quality of. It is the seller's duty to price reasonably fit the goods for which he is buying. So again, section 16, section 1, that is breach of implied condition of quality and fitness has been made up. I hope everyone is clear. We still have 5 minutes, so let's do another important question. I want you to all read it and give me the answers in the chat box. It's a very important question. Okay, can you hear me now, students? Woodworth and Associates, a firm dealing with the wholesale and retail buying and selling of wooden logs, rosewood, mango wood, teak wood, Burma wood. Mr. Das, a customer, asked for wooden logs as required by his carpenter. He mentioned that the wood needed was for making doors and window frames, but when the wood was delivered, he gave mango wood, which was unfit. Can the shopkeeper refuse to take the wood back as he has already cut them into pieces? Tell me the correct answer for this one. No, this is not the case of dangerous goods. Tanisha, in case of dangerous goods, he has to disclose. Then he will be held liable. Buyer's fault, okay. Yes, Divyani, your answer is correct. Shubhra Jindal. Okay, Naina Sharma. That's correct. So all of you have given the correct answers. Pranav wants to speak the answer. So yes, Pranav, here I give you the chance to speak. All right. So let me disclose the answer to all of you. So here you will have to explain the duties of buyer and seller again. Whether Mr. Das would be able to get back the wood or not, or the right kind of. So how will you explain this answer is on the basis of the previous question that we have just discussed, where you have mentioned him the purpose for which the goods are required. He is dealing in such goods. Since he has not applied, so it is a breach of implied condition of quality and fitness. That is what is to be taken into consideration. Whether he will get the good back, how he can claim the money, that is a separate story. But as of now, here, you simply have to apply the principles that we have discussed in the previous question. Let me see if we are not left with any other question. I hope we have done all the questions. It was related to unit 4. Yes, I think we have discussed all the questions for today's class. So here we come to an end of this chapter. Sale of goods. Unit 2 is also completed. Conditions and warranties. I hope you don't have any doubts. I'm here for 1 or 2 more minutes. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Yes, Omkar, what do you want to say?
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes.
After start the lecture, I have asked to Goel ma'am question based on that. Goel ma'am says that the questions are base weightage are shared before the exam. So I want to ask, before the September 2025 exam, what is the weightage based on this chapter which we are completing?
Around 15 to 20 marks questions do come. Sometimes it is around 12 to 15 marks. It might be 20 marks. Ma'am will share with you once she interacts with you. Okay?
Okay, one thing on only. Ma'am, I want to ask thing about that. The total paper is 100, ma'am. Okay.
Yes.
But in our website is general and some mock test papers are given after the August. As per the say of Goel ma'am. How we access the generals? We access the mock test paper, but I want the generals also.
You can address your queries to the admin in the WhatsApp link that you have got. They will answer you back. Padula Bharti, I hope you don't have any doubt. You raise the hands for the answer. Yes, Arjun.
Yes, ma'am. In the last case study, question number 10, ma'am, you told that no will be the answer. I absolutely agree that the no will be the answer. But can I write all the exceptions relating to that doctrine of KVA emptor means the last one?
Yes. You will have to write the way we have discussed in case study 9. It will be a previous similar way.
Okay. And can I also mention about the case law of Bombay Burma Trading Corporation Limited versus Aga Mohammed?
Yes, you can.
Same about wood and timber also, no?
Yes, you can mention about that case law also. That goes absolutely valid over here.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, beta. Yes, Miss Satnam.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, in section 15, you gave the example of hazelnut chocolate and almond chocolate. In that example, I would want to ask that if we gave the description of the almond chocolate and the sample is the hazelnut chocolate, the seller gives us the almond chocolate. So the description we have given to the seller, he gives to the same one. That is a correct one. So why we can reject the goods in that case?
So there is an implied condition when I'm testing a sample and I'm giving a description. Then it should match with both the things, description also and the sample I have tested. Now I took a very simple example that you have liked the taste. You tested it and you liked the taste, but the almonds were a little bitter. It was not good. So you can fight with him, but the sample was different. So he has shown you a wrong sample over here. That's why you reject it. So when the goods are sold by sample and description, both, then only you can reject in that case, Satnam. But if it would have been only description, then you cannot.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Yes, Pranav.
मैम केस स्टडी 9 में थोड़ा डाउट है.
क्या डाउट है बेटा?
उसमें आंसर में थोड़ा समझ नहीं आया.
ओके बेटा प्रणव, ये वाले जो क्वेश्चंस है इसमें आपने सिंपल सेलर एंड बायर की ड्यूटीज लिखनी है. बायर की ड्यूटीज होती है कि कैविट एम्प्टर में जो लिखा गया है वही आपने लर्न करना है, सिंपल पैराग्राफ. सेलर की ड्यूटी होती है जो भी सारी एक्सेप्शंस है कैविट एम्प्टर. आप एक बार रिवाइज करो, आज वाला लेक्चर ध्यान से दोबारा सुनो. कोई डाउट होता है तो प्रणव आप नेक्स्ट क्लास में पूछ सकते. ओके,
थैंक यू मैम.
ओके बेटा. यस सरला देवी.
Hi ma'am. Ma'am, I just wanted to know in examination which color pen whether blue or black colored pen to be used?
I think ma'am would be able to tell you best in this case. You can ask ma'am on Monday once.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, Sandeep.
Son, I'm audible.
Yes.
मैम मान लीजिए अगर हम शॉप पे जाते हैं और हम कोई मिल्क लेते हैं और अगर मिल्क के अंदर है कोई मतलब टाइफाइड जर्म्स, तो मैम इसमें सेलर इज लायबल, क्योंकि मैम मिल्क के अंदर में पाया गया। अगर मैम अगर मिल्क अगर एक्सपायर हो गया, उस पर डेट लिखा है और हम खरीद के अगर हमने कंज्यूम कर लिया, तब जो अगर हमें कुछ इन्फेक्शन हुआ तो इसमें मैम बायर इज लायबल, आई एम राइट?
Yes, yes. If you have purchased a wrong thing, then you are liable. अगर आपने ठीक देखा है और सेलर ने गड़बड़ करी है, उसमें मिलावट थी, तो सेलर विल बी लायबल। ओके
मैम एक और एग्जांपल है, जैसे मैम मान लीजिए रेस्टोरेंट जाते हैं खाने के लिए, अगर वहाँ पे अगर उस फूड में अगर कुछ खाने से हमें इन्फेक्शन हो जाता है तो वहाँ पे सेलर इज लायबल होगा ना?
See, you will have to prove that point. ये बहुत मुश्किल होता है प्रूव करना कि आपको उसी फूड से प्रॉब्लम हुआ है या नहीं। Service industry में it becomes difficult. Otherwise, goods that you have purchased, you are able to prove the fact. Then yes, you will be held liable.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. So even if you still have any doubts, I request you give yourself Saturday, Sunday some time. You can revise it, go through it, and Monday को एक बारी फिर से अगर आपके कोई doubts रह गए, we will clear it out. Okay. So let's meet on Monday. See you all on Monday. Come fresh, come prepared. Thank you. Thank you everyone for all the beautiful thank you messages. All right. Thank you, sir. Yes.